This is kombucha, and that's a you can see there's all kinds of stuff floating in it. I don't know, can you see that? There's all kinds of sediment, and that's exactly the kind of crap that I like to drink. It looks like it's rotten. This company is in Brooklyn. I don't know if they make this anymore. They might not. I might have the only one. I'm sure that I'm the only one with this flavor. This is really old. This is maybe close to 2 years old. I got a few more. Somebody else gave me a few. This I think is one that's real vinegary. I think it's blood orange. Let me see. This might explode. It's kind of weird. It's not fizzing at all. It's not fizzing. It smells like vinegar. Oh, that's vinegar. Oh yeah, that's good. It's good. That is what this is now. It's vinegar. Yeah, that's good. This would be perfect if you get a kombucha that's like this, that's just turned to vinegar. This you can use and cut it with water, and it's sort of like lemonade. This is real good. You could even add like a teaspoon of sugar. Hey, I'm not a big fan of I like sugar, but this is real good. I think that's what this is. It almost has like a grapefruit aftertaste. They do make a pretty good product. It's too much of a hassle for me. I'd rather buy it. It comes in good bottles. They'll return you can return the bottles, but these also I'll use to make my own stuff. But I don't really. Kombucha is just sort of a pain in the ass. It's easier for me to ferment something using yeast. It's easier and more explosive. Seriously, seems like I always, every time I make root beer or something, I have bottles explode. One thing that helps is if you leave this whole area as airspace, that can help. You put it way up to the top, and you got a bunch of yeast and a lot of sugar in there, and it's gonna explode. So when that's going on, and also you can like every few hours or something, you can pop the top and just let some of the gas escape. And the thing of it is there's yeast in there, but if they don't have anything then it's not really. It'll create trace amounts of alcohol. To get it to have more alcohol, you have to like keep putting sugars in there and let the yeast eat it up. So let the gas escape, and then just recap it. That's what I do. But I always have them so that if it's real hot too. It's real hot. Watch out. That is a recipe for an explosion. That is no shit. This is good. I like it. It isn't. It almost seems like it's a single fermentation. That's what it looks like. Oh man, that's pretty good. The last time I had one of these, it was sort of bitter, and the vinegary, like, this is really mellowed out. This is great. I might have another one. And I might sell it on eBay or something for $10,000, something like that. Why would I give it up? And don't put down into the. Email me and I'll give you $400. I'm not emailing anyone, okay? Who do you think I am? Oh, okay. I'll email you and you'll give me $400. What's the matter with you? You don't have the money. Listen. You can't. Your lunch money and all that is not going to get me to sell my Black Panthers. I have 8. I might drink one and make it 7. That makes it even more valuable. Every time I drink a Black Panther, there's one less in the world. I have a lot of money sitting over there. What do you want me to say? I have them all. And some kombucha that has been aged for almost 2 years. Oh my God. Mambucha kombucha. I put another one in the refrigerator a little while ago. Let me go get that one and we'll see how that one's doing. I have a couple of them. I was just talking to Jin Yin Tin, and we were talking about Christmas, and her family's doing their thing, and they were like, everybody wants you down here, Jin Yin Tin. Her parents are in Atlanta, and it would be perfect if you were here. So Jin Yin doesn't want to do that shit. She'll go like after Christmas. And then I was talking about the last time that she went, and I said, how'd you go? And she said, because she was like, I don't want to take a commercial jet. I'll just drive. And then her parents have this thing with NetJets. So her parents are like, no, you're not driving. We're sending a plane for you, right? And Jinyan's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm no princess, that kind of attitude. Jinyan doesn't like to put people out. She's really like that. She doesn't like to put people out. She doesn't want to cause the scene. And then I started asking her about NetJets, like how it was. And she describes it as like, you're just the only people in there. That's why I don't really want to be the princess. Where Jinyan, when she's leaving, she tips both pilots and shit. She's a heavy tipper. She's a real heavy tipper. So I was asking her about that. And she's telling me that they have like a refrigerator in there. And they got like drawers with stuff in there if you want something to eat or drink. And then I was like, well, asking her more questions, and she said, well, there's like a bathroom back there with like sliding doors, but she said I'd never use it. And I was like, why not? I'm like, why? Because you think it's dirty? No, this is genuine. Because for her to get up and go use the bathroom, then the other two people in the plane would know that she was using the bathroom. Like, she's like, so what, Jinyan? Like, you would be afraid that they would think that you were back there taking a dump? Something like that. Like, she doesn't want people to know or think that she dumps, because she doesn't. She doesn't dump. She doesn't. She might have peed now and then, probably. But she doesn't want to, be like the person, like if you're on a commercial jet and you have to go to the bathroom, you're going back to the bathroom while you're walking back. Everybody knows you're going back to take a dump or a pee, right? She don't want to be that person. Look, that person's going to take a leak. And then I was talking to Jin Yin Tin about that. Like, that's horrible. Only for me, she's real clean. So commercial bathrooms on a plane like that would just totally flip her out. She's be grossed out. But the big thing of it is, like, I sort of do see that as a problem, even for me, in that, like, it's the worst. You're going into a bathroom, it's a small bathroom, there's you're the only one in there, but you get in there and other people are going to use the bathroom. But there's pee all over the seat, or it's somebody really stunk up the bathroom, right? It smells. It's like somebody had diarrhea in there, and then you're leaving and somebody's going right back in. That's the worst. Or somebody left a dump in the toilet. You don't want to deal with it. It's not my dump. See what I'm saying? I'm not touching that. I'm out of here. And then somebody's coming in, and then they think that you are the one that left the dump in there. It's a horrible situation for all of us. I don't want anybody thinking that I stunk up the bathroom. I've had that happen, and as I'm leaving or something, I go, somebody made a mess in there or something. Or, that's not my stink. It's not. Whoever smelt it, dealt it, I believe, are the rules, and that's a problem. So, even if you say that, it's like, oh yeah, well, if you didn't do it, then why are you saying you didn't do it? If you didn't do it, then don't say anything. Yeah, but then they know you did it. You stunk up the bathroom, or you left the turd in the bowl. I get it, Jinyinton. Watch this. Now, we'll pretend this is the dummy launcher. This is the dummy. This is the handle, right? So remember, you don't hold it like this and pull it, because if you do it like that, it hurts your hand. So you hold it like this and do it like this. This is video I shot of Chippy from days ago. Look at how I'm using the cane. I put it out in front of the dog to indicate to the dog to stop walking. We're working on whoa. Whoa is a standing position. It means stand and don't move or stop moving. So I'll use the cane to indicate to the dog, like, look, it's an object in front of you. Stop walking. Like this. Watch that. See? Like that. I'm helping the dog learn. Nobody's saying that you can't do that. There is an item called a healing stick. People are crazy, though. I've been using a healing stick in a park. And, you know, people like, you know, what are you going to hit the dog with it? No. You know, it's just ridiculous. But you could use an object like that to indicate to the dog to slow down. You can also use your hand. It's just that the small dogs are real low, so you have to, you know, it gets really exhausting bending over. It kills my hip. So this way sometimes I'll use the cane to just like it. Okay, now watch this. Watch how I put Chippy back to where he was. I'm moving him into position where he was. I don't let him get away with this. There's no way. He was moving his head totally around in his body. No, I want to send the message to the dog. Don't stay in the position that I left you at. I'm teaching the dog that everything is an implied stay. It's great if the dog screws up. Just make sure that the dog's compliant. Right there, I'm trying to get Chippy to start coming in closer to me. But it's okay. You want the dog to screw up. Here, this is an opportunity again. I'm making sure that Chippy knows, no, don't turn around. It doesn't matter if somebody's walking by that made a noise and excited him. That's how it is. Stay in the position I tell you, Chippy. He's getting this. This was days ago I shot this video. This is a while ago. He's in the backyard today, like doing whoa on a railroad tie, and I'm walking 25, 30 feet away in a circle. Like, he's great. But you just know that the dog, by it screwing up, it's learning. This notion that you can train a dog with purely positive dog training, it's just nonsense. You want your dog to be stable. It's fine for your dog. You know, what's the problem? The dog screws up, you make the dog compliant. This isn't corporal punishment. It isn't. It's ridiculous. Like, you know, oh, the punishment is that I'm going to put you back where you were. People are just unrealistic about animals, and we have 4 million dying every year. You want the dog trained, you don't have to, you know, giving the dog food and that kind of stuff is ridiculous. Just teach the dog to play, that everything's a game. And if you're not going to play by my rules, dude, then you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything good. If you want the good stuff, if you want the praise or the play, you got to play by the rules. So don't worry about it. A lot of times in dog training, we set the dog up to make a mistake. It's fine. That's dogs learn by both positive and negative. That's B.F. Skinner. That's operant conditioning. Know that. If somebody says it's science-based dog training, they're probably lying to you. What I'm doing is science-based. It's B.F. Skinner. It's operant conditioning. Purely positive dog training's a portion. It's only a portion. It's not the whole thing. So it's bullshit. It's bullshit is what it is. Right here, I put him back where he was supposed to be. He moved. That's it. That's how you teach the dog to know that everything is an implied state. You put them back right where they were. Now watch this. See, I'm calling him to me. He's been a great boy, so I'm giving him a lot of praise. He's great. He's getting it. Don't train with food. Seriously. Food and treats, it's nonsense. Here's something that Chippy seems to have picked up on real good, and that's doing whoa on the steps. Not just doing whoa on the steps, but he's learned that I want him to put his feet on the top step. He's doing real good. If he makes a mistake, it's not that big of a deal. We just correct him and keep going forward because he's doing great. Chippy, here. Whoa. That is perfect, dude. See what I mean? That is a good boy. You got it down. Here. Chippy, whoa. Perfect, dude. That is absolutely perfect. Good job, buddy. Heel. Chippy, whoa. Perfect. That is perfect, little man. Good job, buddy. Here. See what I mean? You're a freaking awesome guy. Chippy, sit. Good job. Very good, Chippy. This one is almost clear. This one is almost clear with the slight sediment in it. See it? Look at that delicious kombucha floating around. That looks delicious. All right, let's. It'll be great if this one has some effervescence. If it doesn't, I'll drink it anyway. Look at that. That looks really good. You can't get this at Walmart. These are like, he makes small batches. I think the price is reasonable. I haven't bought any in a while. But this is, he makes small batch, and I think he has a few stores that handle this. It is really a good product. They're all sort of different too. I've noticed that sometimes they are vinegary, sometimes they're not, sometimes they're real effervescent. He experiments and makes different flavors. I was trying to get him to check this out. Licorice kombucha or root beer kombucha. This one dead too? Oh, this one's dead too. No fizz, it's all gone. Still good. It's gonna be vinegary. Oh yeah, that's fucking vinegar. Oh man. Wow. Wow, that is good. Lemon ginger. This is a lemon ginger that's probably almost 2 years old. This annoys me on the internet, or anytime I see this, and that's that somebody wants to write a word like shit or fuck, and instead of writing the word, they'll do sh and then apostrophe. They'll make it. Well, it doesn't say the word, so it doesn't. We understand what it means, therefore it's still the same word. It doesn't matter. I used to do that in titles. I did that for a little while because I thought it would affect the algorithm or something. I just don't put those words in titles anymore because it's like, I'll speak them because it's part of the American lexicon, or just as a human, I'll say those words. I mean, come on, like, what's the matter with them anyway? What is the matter with them anyway? That's really what I don't get. Is words at times are sort of meaningless, and they're just sort of more or less describing. They're more related to emotion or something like that. They're not really, the definition of the word. So I don't know if fuck is an actual. Is that in the dictionary under like human procreation or something? Is I don't know, but it's not really used like that. It's not, and same thing with shit. Shit could just be like, oh, something bad happened. Oh shit. It's not. It's just stupid. Like, oh, you can't say that. I've never understood that. There's so much phony shit out there that it makes me sick. When I think about like Trump's base, like the evangelicals, like, oh, they'll be like, oh, don't cuss or use words. Like, I'll see that on the internet and stuff, and I'm like, are you joking? You don't even need to be on my channel. Yet we have a president that is a horrendous human being. It's like they worry about the wrong things. They're totally worried about the wrong things. And they're they're just like, it's just hypocritical nonsense. I don't even think they really care. Like when I see all this shit that goes on with the border, or like I'm talking to somebody about this, and she's like, I don't care what they do, and I'm like, really? She was telling me that she thinks that that would keep her from getting a job. Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, she's trying to switch into the hotel and restaurant business, okay? She's telling me this, and then she's saying, you know, she's blaming it that she can't get the $15 an hour job because she thinks that that's the job that one of these refugees would be going for. No one that is seeking asylum is going to be working the front desk at a Hilton. See, that's what her goal is to like get the $15 an hour job at the front desk, and then that'll move her into the company, and then she can work in the offices because she has like a degree in money, you know, like numbers. So, which I think is absurd. I think it's absurd. I told her this. I'm seeing this, and I'm typing back like, you're absurd. Nobody's going to hire you for $15 an hour to do a job like that because you're overqualified. They know once you start doing it, you're already looking. And how long are you going to put up with that $15 an hour job? I don't know. I don't get it. Those people that are seeking asylum, they're not taking anybody's jobs away. It's Christmas time. People are getting together. They're not. That was Remy walking on my computer, and I've told you not to do that, Remy. Please don't do that. She keeps doing it. She's over there. She thinks it's funny. She just did a circle and said, ha ha. That's so uncool. It is. It's so uncool. God damn. Remy. You know, she's great. She is. Remy, you are great, but sometimes she's like a total douche. Sometimes she's great. She's been known to like wake me up and stuff. Like the other day, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And Remy wanted to come. She was on the computer monitor by my bed. And she fell asleep there. And then she woke up in the middle of the night, and she wanted to come down and sleep in the bed. So what she did was, she came down to the bed. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She came down to the bed, and then I'm sleeping, and she pecks me to wake me up. Didn't you, Remy? It was so uncool. I love her, and you know, I understand I'm bigger, though. I guess she's telling me I'm here so that I don't, you know. She sleeps right by me. Don't you, Remy? She does. She'll sleep right by my face. But if she's sleeping next to my body or something, like, I need to know she's there. So I guess that's what she's doing. Maybe she is. I'm not giving you enough credit, sweetie. She's such an awesome bird. Come here. She is. She's great. Little Remy. Remy's awesome. She is. When I first met Remy, this girl brought her over. She had an air sac injury. And I told Remy, I said, if you live, you can live with me. There's no way I was going to, like, what, put her in a coop? No, not Remy. Remy's, that's an affirmation when they do that, right? That's a good girl. She knows what I'm talking about. They've already proved that parrots can understand language. They can understand language. So why wouldn't Remy be able to understand language? They do. They understand some language. She can't really, she can't like a parrot say words, but that doesn't mean that she can't understand words. And I would say that would be true of the raven, where a dog is hearing tone. Dogs are never monogamous. That is not the case ever. Birds, yes. Birds, many of the birds are monogamous. Pigeons are. That's the problem with Remy, is that she dug me. I got her a mate. She didn't like the mate. Everything she's doing, laying beside me, all that's what she would be doing with her mate. She's confused. It's okay. Somebody said that I should just take her to a coop and just have her be raped by a pigeon. The bird that I've had since it was like 12 days old or something. I just who cares? Who cares? She didn't want the pigeon. She wanted to hang out with me. I gave her the opportunity. Hey, she's a great pet. I can walk anywhere with her. She's never gonna leave. No way. She would never leave. Hey, quiet. I'll be with you in a sec. I gotta go get some pork for Ike. Oh, he was communicating to me. That's not language. That's just like, that's not language. That's not words. That's not language. That's him being a little Ikey. They don't have language, and the words that you use, they could be anything. They're meaningless. They don't even understand their name. Their name is used to get their attention. The name is more important to you than it is the dog. And if there were two dogs with the same names around, they'd just be confused. They're nothing like you. Birds are more like us than dogs. Birds walk on two legs. They're warm-blooded. They're monogamous in most cases. Dogs walk on four. They don't think. They're never monogamous. They'll eat their own. They will. I'm not saying a bird won't eat another bird. A bird would eat another bird, but like there's no, I never hear about a brown sparrow eating a baby brown sparrow. I never hear that. See what I'm saying? Like, sure, a raven would eat a dead pheasant, no problem. They wouldn't think about it. You know, animals, they're just different than us. They're just different. We all come from the same, common ancestry, but they're all different. It's ridiculous to put everything into that perspective of it must be similar to me when it's really not. It's not similar to you. Remy is a different species than me. I love her to death. I do. I love her to death. But there's more similarities in her that make her more like my dog Ike. I love her. She's awesome, man. She's my best friend, aren't you, Rem? She is. She goes with me everywhere. But she's not human. I have often wondered like what it would be like if I was a pigeon. Me and Remy would be living underneath a bridge. We'd have a sweet place. See, you hear that? She knows. What she's doing right now, my cat Bucket is on the bed where Remy likes to sleep. And Remy is not going to have that. So Remy is going to push the cat off the bed. And she's going to do that by taking her wing and flapping it at the cat to annoy the cat to the point where the cat will leave. And Bucket is a 15-pound cat. Bucket knows. There's a hierarchy in a lot of these animals that are real social. Dogs are real social. I'm just saying that they don't have language. Birds are real social. They understand a little bit of language. But it's not, a dog is not like Coco the gorilla. And Coco the gorilla is pretty close. This is what I'm saying. Coco the gorilla had some language. And this is over here, right? Or there's dogs that have like no languages, or animals that have no languages. That's over here. Let's say like a worm. So a dog is more like over here. The ape is way over here. But human beings are way over here by themselves. There's nothing even close to us. What, the ape? Come on. You have to teach them sign language. You have to teach them sign language. And don't say that the dog, when it learns a command, is learning a word. No, it's learning a command. It's learning a tone. That's all it is. It's a tone. It is not language. The dog has no language. You know something else that the dog doesn't have? Art. They don't have art. Some of the apes, Coco the gorilla, can make some art. If you see a dog, if somebody ties a paintbrush onto a dog's tail or something like that, That's not art, that's a trick, or it's a trained thing. Like if you train the dog to put a brush in its mouth and go up and wipe it on a canvas, that's trained. That's not, do you understand the difference? It's not art. That's not art. That's just the dog being trained. It's not art. They're so much different than us. What makes us different? Our IQ, how we think. We can contemplate thought. We have problem solving. They don't. They're just more about, I'll try this, and if it works out, that's good. Then I might try it again. It's conditioned in. Even naturally, it's conditioned in. Like, what is effective? I'm not saying that the dog can't learn by seeing another dog do something, but it's not a intellectual process. It isn't. They see it and then they respond. So maybe it's good that they don't respond when they're real young and they see their mother going after something, because they might get in the way and screw up the kill. So they're off watching, but they want to do it. They want to catch the frisbee, but you don't let them. It's denial. They want to do the dummy launcher, but you don't let them. And then one day, it's the young wolf's turn. And the young wolf is larger and can keep up with the mother, and the wolf has learned and is successful. But it has more to do with the wolf growing up to a size that it can catch the animal and get involved. And excitement. There's still excitement there. That's not anything like you. That's not like you sitting down reading a book. Your dog cannot love you. Your dog can just like you a lot. Love is too complex. It is. It's one of the most ridiculous notions and one of the most ridiculous things I hear from people on the internet, that your dog has the ability to love. What are you talking about? Think about it. Think about it. When you fall in love, how intense and complex it is. Your dog is so basic. They can like you a whole lot. And watch out, because you might be seeing a lot of excitement and be confused thinking that, oh, the dog, the more excited it is, the more it likes me. No, it's just more excited. It's ridiculous. It's just like every time, I hear all this, see all this like unrealistic expectations of animals on the internet. It's just so detrimental to animals. The deers that are stolen from the mothers, all that shit is just sucks for animals. It does. It sucks. Oh, you have to get involved. The human is emotional. They can't keep their shit together. They see the deer out in the woods. Spring is going to happen soon. And then this summer, spring and summer, they're going to be finding baby deer. Oh, look, the mother abandoned it. I have to help it. That's so screwed up. Nurse mommy, you want to help the deer that doesn't need any help. You want to take the deer home and bottle feed it, don't you? But its mother is, close. It's off feeding and can smell you and isn't going to come around you. The deer was not abandoned. They're never abandoned, okay? They aren't. They're good mothers. They don't abandon their fucking... It's so irritating. The abandoned deer. Give me a break. Let's just say that the mother deer got hit by a car, and the orphaned deer that it's orphaned, all right. That if you don't take that deer, if you don't take that baby deer home with you and bottle feed it, it's gonna die. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So what? So many animals would eat that baby deer. What, you don't want the flies to eat? They have to eat. A fox could eat that deer. The coyote, a raccoon, a possum. There's so many animals that would be eating that deer. No, screw them, because the baby deer is so beautiful. It's just mindless dribble. I'm not saying, listen, I'm the guy that can take a baby bird and make it live, okay? So I get it. It's at such a different level when you're taking a baby deer. That's a wild animal. The brown sparrow is a bird that is absolutely not protected. It's not protected. It's like so different. People don't get this. They don't get that, like, there's the Migratory Bird Act. So you shouldn't have anything to do with any of those animals that are indigenous to our continent. In North America, you shouldn't touch them. You can't own them. You can't sell them. You can't have them as pets. You can't have any of that. They can't get that. And why? And why they can't get it? You put out something about that on the internet. People want to argue with you. They do. Oh, you could have a baby deer. Not unless you have the proper license to be raising deer. There's that is a thing. Like you can go and you can have like a deer farm and you can raise is it mule deer? White-tailed deer? One, maybe both. I don't know. You can raise whitetail. There's a big on one of the reservations. Like that's one of the things that that they do to generate money. They're deer farmers. That's a huge industry. Venison for dog food, venison for human food. It's huge. But you can't go see a deer in the woods and take it home and say to yourself, it's okay. It's not. It's not. You're leaving out the coyote. You're leaving out the coyote. This nonsense that people put upon the poor defenseless deer. I get it. But also on the same hand, a lot of these people that do this are also meat eaters, so it makes me ill. It's okay for you to go to the store and buy your hamburger. There was a cute cow once. It is. That's completely different, isn't it? As long as you don't acknowledge its death, it's totally different. It's such bullshit. It's hypocrisy at its finest. It is. You just can't say to yourself, yeah, maybe the mother deer didn't get hit by a car, and it's probably just off at a distance, which is probably more than likely. It is. You can't say that. You have to say to yourself, oh, it's orphaned. I must take it home and turn it into a fur baby. Statistical fact, all those deers that you idiots take home, this is the truth, all those deers, they never even make it through 1 year. None of them. Studies have been done. None of them. You habituate them to people, you habituate them to dogs, you habituate them to cats, everything that smells like a human. The hunter out in the woods is going to get them. And that, they have no fear of like machinery. They'll get hit by a car. None of them last. But you, the person that is probably addicted to oxytocin, you can't control yourself. It's too cute. You have to take it home and mess up its life. It had an opportunity, but you took it away when you take that deer home and bottle feed it. You've screwed the deer around. Either way, it's not going to live long. God, there's so many people on YouTube. You ever see these people on YouTube say something negative down there at the bottom? It's horrible. People do it with raccoons. Raccoons, by the way, are a rabies vector in the East Coast for sure. You should never handle anything like that. Any wildlife you should not handle. You should contact a professional if you have a problem like that. Groundhogs even have rabies. I don't know how that happens. Either they have contact with skunks, or maybe a sick bat falls in a barn or something into a groundhog hole and then it gets infected that way. I don't know. But groundhogs, foxes, skunks, coyotes, raccoons are huge. Bats. The little brown bats and the like the eastern brown bat. the little black bats. Get that freak away. Sorry, I love all animals. I'm just not into bats. I don't. It's weird because that reminds me of like this bit that who is that Chris Rock does, where he talks about if you don't like something, you're gonna get that in your family. Like if you don't like black people, your son is gonna marry a black chick. Or if you don't like gays, your daughter's gonna be gay. That's just how it is. That's me. Like I like all the animals except the bats. Stay out of my house. I can't stand them. Do you get those things in your house? Chipmunk could probably stay. No problem with the chipmunk. Get out of here, maybe. You know, you're a wild animal. Go home. Don't really stay, chipmunk. Don't stay around here. Mice. I can't have mice in the house, but they don't wig me out like the way that bats do. Is killing a mouse? It's a wild animal. Do you have ethical problems with it? I sort of do. I do. I don't know. I've been working it over in my head. I don't know. Maybe I'll start using the live traps. Milk Paint said that she does that. She uses the live traps and just drives them, you know, a few miles. That's what you got to do. I don't know. I do have problems with it. God, this video is getting long. I will say this: if you're gonna kill a mouse, snap traps, they're pretty quick. I think the videos I see of the using the bucket of water, you're drowning the mice. You're just letting them swim around. That's just cruel. That's just seems psycho. Fentimans makes a real good product. They do. It's a fermented product. I like it a lot. I'm not real wild about, I think it's called an orange jigger. I think that's the product, but that's similar to like taking orange juice and letting it ferment enough to where it's effervescent. So I'm not real wild about it, but it's all right. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. They make a Curiosity Cola that's real good. This is the rose lemonade, and I've had this before. I haven't had it in a while, and as I remember, it's pretty tasty. It's not a cheap product. Some places it's more expensive than others. Williamsburg, Brooklyn, probably $4. Smells like rose. Oh yeah, that's good. That's real good. Tastes like I'm drinking perfume. Oh yeah, I like it. It has an old lady taste to it for sure. You know, old lady perfume? Definitely. I like that a lot. Yum. Yum. Who wouldn't like an old lady? Come on. On a side note, I do have several male friends that, like, when asked the question, Nancy Pelosi, they all respond, oh yeah, for sure. 79-year-old Nancy Pelosi. Me? Yeah, sure. It's Nancy. Come on, you wouldn't turn down Nancy. She's awesome. Oh man, that is so good. I love it. It does. It tastes like perfume. Like perfume. Like rose perfume. If you just put a little bit of it in your lemonade. And I don't think that's how they make it. I'm sure that's made with petals, I would think. Yeah, I like that. Maybe I'll grow some rose bushes. Seriously. I got everything else in my backyard. My whole deal is if I can't eat it, if it's not edible, I'm not gonna grow it. So I have raspberries that are real good. This coming spring, I'm probably gonna have Arctic kiwi, which is gonna be awesome. This has been, God, 8 years or something? 8 years. 8 years. Pawpaw trees even longer. I do have pawpaw trees that are flowering though. They're good to go. I'll have them soon. This, I like it. I think that if I was going to get their product, one of their products, if I had a choice, I'd probably get the Curiosity Cola. But the problem with the Curiosity Cola, I think, for me now, is that it might have caffeine in it, and I'm not drinking caffeine. It's been a long time, and I don't want to go back. I'm serious. I feel better. I do. It doesn't really help anyway. It's all just it's a joke. It's a joke. Don't get sucked into it. Red Bull. I used to drink Red Bull. No way. I won't touch your product unless you want me to sponsor your product. And by the way, this is not non-sponsored. Nobody sponsors me. Somebody will though. Maybe like a hot dog company or something. I eat hot dogs raw. Like if A1 contacted me and Oscar Mayer, then I'd probably be generating some real money. And I two of my favorite products. Hot dogs are great because you don't have to cook them. You can just eat them. You're done. Sausage is great like that, like salami, anything like that. Anything that you don't have to, use a fork or whatever, a plate. What a pain in the ass. Cleaning plates? Give me a break. I can't stand it. There's no way. Why would I need 24 plates? I have one upstate, and I need to get a new one here because I threw it away because I was so disgusted with having to clean it. I have other shit to do. There's other shit that needs to be cleaned, not something like that I can avoid. Totally avoid it. You could eat over like a piece of aluminum foil. Paper plates I've used. I use those, sure. Listen, saving a second here and a second there, it really starts adding up. I don't want to be fucking around. Remy's on my leg right now. Aren't you, Remy? There she goes. She's down there just like sitting on my leg. Right, Remy? She's like a lot of females. Like she's a little clingy, but she's great. I don't care. She just likes to hang out. She's not like giving me any suggestions or telling me of her like just ridiculous political views. That's it. Women, and if they have like they're so vastly different with political views, I could never see. Well, I could see doing that. Sure. That's a motivating factor. I think a lot of times it's like, I really don't like you a lot. Let's do it. Pretty much. It's pretty hot. The old grudge. Make-up sex or break-up sex. Break-up sex. I don't really like this person anymore. Makes them even hotter. Who hasn't done that? If you haven't, then I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. Oh my God. If you drink it like that, you get a whole lot of sour. It's great. I'm a big fan of sour. I like sour. I don't, not into sweet. That's why I like oranges, man. I like a real sour fruit. It's my favorite. Although, I have like almost 30 pawpaw trees, and that's not really a sour fruit. But I do like pudding, and if it tastes good, and that's what pawpaw's like. It's like eating that. It's very much like that. It's strange. The best way to eat pawpaw is raw and frozen. Oh my God. That, just like that. Don't add milk, don't add sugar. Just eat the pawpaw frozen. It tastes like you're eating some really unusual tasting ice cream that tastes really good. It's really good. Fentimans, I say thumbs up. I've always liked this company. They do. They make a good product. Fentimans. Fentimans. For the person with a discriminating taste. Who the fuck buys a grapefruit? Those things taste like dirt. If it's fruit and you have to put sugar on it, no. No, thank you. You can keep your fucking grapefruit. I don't like them. Taking Finn back to the city, and then we're going to Beaver Dams. I can't wait. We got a good Finn span. You good boy, Finn? Yes, he's awesome. I want to see the country so bad. I'm so sick of Brooklyn. I am. It just is grating. I've had a good time. It's nice to, oh, here's my train. It's nice to get out of the city sometimes, but it's really good to be in the city sometimes. I do have a good life. I have the best of both worlds. I got the city and the country. Cop had a German short hair. That's the police dog he had. Certainly not going to be used for protection. That's a bomb sniffing dog is what that is. Absolutely, it would have to be. German short hairs, they're not known for being aggressive. Be a lousy protection dog. I tried communicating with the homeless guy, but he's like too far gone to communicate to. I started reaching for my wallet, and he says, you know, he's just out of it, like really out of it. Needs to be medicated. It sucks. There's a dude over here, and he's in all red. He's got red shoes on, red pants, red down coat, red hat. He likes red, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's the style. I mean, who am I to be? Well, I have good taste. I do. Not for myself. I don't really give a shit. I guess he cares. He cares. That's the deal. He actually gives a shit. I don't. But if I was his stylist, I wouldn't dress him like that. I'd dress him some way that he was comfortable, you know? If there's any rappers out there, you know, he's definitely got that like hip-hop feel, rap hip-hop feel, but it's a little askew. It's just too much red. I ditch the red shoes for sure. I don't think anybody should be wearing red shoes except women. Or I don't know. I should take that back. I'm not gonna wear red shoes. No fucking way. Red shoes? No. Headed out of town, and I'm stuck in traffic, and I have to pee. What do? I have this. Might be kind of hard to pee in. Or there's this. Still has antacid stuff in it, but might be easier. You don't understand. You don't. And you're like, what, he's gonna pee in a bottle? I'm gonna have one of these antacids though. Yeah, I'm gonna pee in a bottle. I have to. What am I going to do? I'm not pulling off. There's no way. If I pulled off anywhere here, tack on a half an hour. Maybe longer. And maybe longer. Could be 45 minutes or an hour. You can't just get back on the highway here. It's, you know, I'm driving at between 5 and 10 miles an hour. Sucks. Remy, what do? I wish I had a Gatorade bottle right now, or a Pure Leaf tea bottle. I'm not drinking tea anymore, so I'm not drinking caffeine. It's an issue. It's about 5 minutes later, and my teeth are floating. Seriously. That's the way it is. you know, you're in New York, you're trying to get out of New York. It's about, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something. It's 3:40. It's 3:40. It's not too bad. I've seen it worse. You know, this is a slow day. It's slow because, you know, the holidays. So there's not a lot of people are working, but it's a bummer. I mean, why don't they make cars with bathrooms in them? You know, like that's my new invention. Like a tube underneath the dashboard. You could just like grab it. It had to be a real, you know, like a big tube, you know, like you would use for like a shop vac or something. Put a vacuum on it too, so that, like, you know, you could just sort of like you were in a something built by NASA going to the moon. Oh, that reminds me of the woman that she went to go kill. I think she was gonna kill her lover's wife or something, and she was an astronaut, and she was gonna drive from maybe Texas to Florida. And there was some kind of thing where she was gonna try and do it so that she didn't get caught. It had to do with how long it took to drive, so she wore diapers. She's used to doing that because she's you know, she's an astronaut. But I'm not an astronaut, so I don't want to wear diapers. But right now, I wish that I was. No, I don't. I don't ever want to pee in my pants. It sounds horrible. I'm sorry, that just sounds miserable. I guess you wouldn't care if you were like going to Mars or something. Well, if you were going to Mars, you would have, you know, they would have a restroom. They'd have a toilet in there. I guess you just wouldn't be able to use it when you were sitting there getting ready to launch, and you'd have to be out in space. I think that's the case with a lot of those fighter pilots. Like they're putting on diapers in case they have to, like, you know, take a dump maybe. That sounds the worst. How do you take a dump if you're sitting down? Does it come out and just smash all over you? This sounds horrible. I'm sorry. I'm not looking forward to. My friend had a back operation, and I was saying, so you had to wear the diaper? So, oh yeah, this guy, you know, wouldn't bother him a bit, right? He said, yeah, whatever. It was awesome. That's what he said. To me, it sounds horrible. It does. It sounds fucking horrible. What if the nurse comes in that's gonna clean you up and she's really cute? That would just be the worst. Oh my God. Could, you know? And then what do you want, a guy to clean you up? All right, I'll take the cute nurse. I guess. It's either way, it sucks. You know. I don't know. I know we're animals. I get it. Just not looking forward to it. I'm not. This sounds horrible. Like, life is not for the timid. It isn't. Getting old is not for the timid. Great news. The traffic cleared out. I was surprised there was any traffic, but it cleared out, and I got to pull over and find a gas station. So that's great. Not that I've never peed in a bottle before. I would just imagine that could cause problems. Like, you might, like, say the bottle starts getting full, or it's not tilted right, or maybe like a vacuum is sort of created, or not a vacuum, but pressure is created for some reason. Splashes back at you. It could be bad, especially if you're wearing khakis. If you're wearing khakis, you know, anytime. The only thing you can say something like that happened, which it's never happened. I'm just saying I would probably use as my excuse I'd say something like, yeah, I was drinking a Coke and it spilled. I went through drive-through McDonald's. That's a Coke stain. That's what that is. That's like that's an Orange Julius stain. I was drinking an Orange Julius in my car and it spilled. Rami made me spill it. I would never admit to like peeing on myself. No, I've never done anything like that, I'll tell you that. No, it's never happened. I was talking to Jinyanton. Starving, so I'm in the drive-thru of a Taco Bell. I gotta eat. I was talking to my friend Milk Paint, and we were talking about pernicious anemia and food and stuff like that. So now I'm starving. She thinks that my diet's shit. Her and her husband Woodboy are vegetarians. That's why we were talking about pernicious anemia, because she started taking a vitamin B12 supplement. Because to get vitamin B12, you have to get that from meat, and they're not eating meat. They eat some eggs, but it's not enough, and they don't want to get it. So I'm starving. I gotta eat. She's giving me so much shit about my shitty diet. Yeah, her diet's better. But I said, you know, I'm a fruitarian now, and she's like, no, you're not a fruitarian. You were eating Spam the other day, which is true. But I didn't eat the whole can. I didn't. I just had some. I had some of it. That sounds pretty good, Spam. I should have a couple cans of Spam in the car, so when I get hungry, just pop that baby open. 3 crunchy tacos. I always get the same thing, but since I'm on a health kick and I'm not drinking caffeine, I got a bottle of water.